Are there gender-related restrictions where something may get to you, but because you're a woman, you begin to see we're not talking about family now, this side. We begin to see people trying to let you not handle it. Well, businesses may come, or you submit proposals and you see someone say, onye nke a bụ nwanyị, let's give it to a man. He's a man that can do it better. He's a man that we can actually talk with. Are there things like that going on?
There are things like that, but that phrase is wrong. It's bad. A job is not given to a woman because she's a woman. A job is given to a man instead of a woman simply because as a woman you still have to care for your children. You still have to carry your baby. You still have to go for maternity leave. So when an employer is trying to employ, to use the word no, it's a woman, it's wrong. It's just to say it's a family woman and she has not grown above that stage of her life to be available 24 hours. Do you understand? So it's expected, it's part of a woman's job to take care of her family, bear the children, and for you to employ such a person, do expect excuses. And not many employers are ready to take such excuses, and you will not blame them.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. That's not for them to be blamed, whatever happened. But there are other barriers that I want to consider as personality related. You know, we talk about all the barriers, and all of them seem external, like it's coming from someone. If it's not coming from family, if it's coming from the workplace, it's coming from a business area. Are there barriers coming from women themselves?
Yes, you know, there's envy in everything, and women are so envious about themselves. But I was going to say that if you want sincerity in what you're doing, please take in girls.
Oh,
because they are there to serve to see the success of where they're working for. Whatever they're going to steal, if and there's anything like that, will just be for lipsticks and powder. The male instead would like to not only to please the girlfriend, but to have his cars and the houses to impress the society. But for a woman to accept to be to do a certain job, to be employed, her whole interest is there. She sees to the success of such. You will tell me, you will now begin to tell me what of that person, what of that person. I stand to say that maybe 90% of employed women are more dedicated to their jobs and more interested in seeing the success of where they are employed to work. As for women, they are very, even in politics. You remember the story of a woman who vied for the presidency for the first time, and she went into the pool of whatever electoral process, and she seemed to be the only one who voted for herself. And among the delegates that came for that election, there were well over at least 100 women. Let me just put it that way. No other woman voted for this lady. So it's about a natural and jealousy. So
coming from women
against women. So we need to work. It's a natural thing, but we need to work against that.
Now, talking about business and women becoming, strong in their areas, are there businesses where women are not able to do well because the place is predominantly dominated by men in the value chain? All right. Are there businesses where women should, just step down a bit and leave it for men? For instance, building material businesses, other businesses that men do, tipper, being able to get tippers that supply sand and all that, the stuff that men do. Can women go into such businesses boldly? There
You
are
see,
lots of money in that.
these are the things the eye see. Right?
Yeah.
There is this physical strength, physical power, and there's this spiritual power. And I should think spiritual power can be stronger than physical power. Men are seen to lift things. Men are seen to drive tippers. Nothing prevents a woman from doing it, but it's their given strength. God made them strong from the beginning. But spiritually, women are more enduring. They endure hardship, which is another area that is so complementary to human beings living together. Everything is not by physique. All right? So there are areas where you can combine this physical and the mental, if I might call it mental, strength, and they will combine. So it's because you see men driving anyhow on tipper, but you see people who can plan how to drive such tipper.
Yes.
And women can do well there.
Women can do well.
Yes.
Women can be in any business they want to.
Of course.
It doesn't have to be, oh,
You,
men
yourself,
do it
you
more.
are
That's amazing.
First an electrical engineer, and then telecommunication. I think that's your area.
It's my area.
And it's male dominated.
it's male dominated.
Okay, so
But it didn't prevent me from coming.
and you practiced.
And I
Most
practiced,
especially,
yes.
It's not just studying it; you practice. So you're
Yes.
one woman who excelled in a
Male
male-dominated
dominated,
profession,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Wow, that's wonderful.
That's
And that's what I'm
amazing.
telling
And you're not even citing yourself as an example.
And
You-
I
had to remind you.
I didn't blow my own trumpet. But since you've mentioned it, let me go away to blow another person's trumpet. There's one woman, a dear friend, the very first woman in Nigeria to be an engineer. Once she was challenged on how to repair some electrical faults, and the male decided, oh, she can't even climb the pole. They dodged, they all went back watching her to do it. She just quietly put down her shoes, put on her canvas, and climbed the poles, repair it, and restore the light.
Amazing.
Not that she doesn't know it, not that she can't do it, but nature requires that you help the seemingly weak. But I say seemingly, not weak, but seemingly weak, because you can't see it.
Yes.
Right? So then you come to myself. Now, I was working in this ESBS, and I worked here for over 25 years. I was in charge of this studio. I was in charge of radio studio. By then it was at the other building. And I was in charge of the transmitting station, which is at Hilltop. And what it involves making sure that power is balanced each time so that we remain on air 24 hours. And I was doing it. I would drive with my Mercedes car from here to Hilltop, where we call Hilltop, because that is where we used to have our transmitting station. And if there's any bam on air that tries to stop, and there's always, because our mast is so high that any little lightning hits it first. So I'm the first to run to the PHC and then to report, and I won't even waste time. I'll carry them, and it is restored before the rain finishes. It's already restored. So what else could you do? How else could you be more efficient? So that anything that is handed over to you, you don't let it fall.
Slip
you
through
don't
your
let it.
fingers
Yes.
because you're a woman.
Because
Yes.
you're a woman.
Okay.
Yes. So they were watching to see whether this is done, and I did it for years.
Wow.
Okay, you have talked to us. We're going back to something now. You talked to us about how women do not even support themselves, and you talked to us again about how women also support themselves. But there is something about self-development, knowledge, and all of that. I was talking about personality-related barriers where women don't even know what to do, don't know how to do it, to get into business and get themselves up. You knew what you wanted. You got yourself equipped, and then you were practicing as well. There are a lot of women who all they ever think about is to wear good clothes, makeup, and eat food. Okay, they want money, but they're not interested in knowing how to get this money. I don't know women like that, and
I know there are, but there's a secret here. I know when I was raising my children, I tried as much as possible to keep the two balanced. My children were being trained. I was still training myself. How? When they go to school in the morning, I am busy searching through the computers, and even if it means going to school in the evening, and I was actually going to schools in the evening, and that was overseas. So when I came back, I continued. Other women told me, it's because you finished raising your children. I said, look, my youngest child is still under 5. It's not that I finished, it's a matter of interest. So what am I saying? The thing is that don't wait until your children are 15, 20 years of age. Try and enjoy or register with conferences. Now you have a lot of conferences done virtually. That increases your knowledge about things going on around you, at least. And you cannot tell me that at your stage you don't have any interest. You can research, you can search more on what your interest is, and it will open up more for you to know on how to tackle it. With that, you start growing little interest in what you have thought to be your interest. So you don't fold your hands. You don't fold your hands. You search more, especially now. The internet has made things so easy. And again, I'm going to my NGO is going to start going round on how to tap into what we call artificial intelligence. That will make nobody's an illiterate now.
Not at all.
Nobody's no matter, even if it's akara you're selling, you're even selling akara to survive. Not that you're an illiterate. It's self-determination. I want to use myself as an example again. When my family came back to this country, we were reduced to living in the village. I had to be coming to work here from my own village. It was hard to keep these children moving. But you know what I did? I resorted to being a farmer. I was farming cassava. I was farming yam. And when you plant these two, when you farm for these two things, there are other things that go in it. You plant fio. You plant akede. In the process of doing these things, I had friends, our fellow women friends, even the people that work here as cleaners, that during their off days, I will mobilize them. We go to weed, we go to harvest these things, to a point that when the cassava got matured, we uprooted and used them as gari. And within gari there, I don't know how I managed to, but it was in sacks. I don't know how it managed, but it was
bumper harvest.
Yes, bumper harvest. Now, do you know what I did? I don't store the gari. I sell. When others are selling 5 for 20 naira, then I was selling 8 cups for the same amount of money. And within days,
you were making rapid sales as expected.
Because that's extra. Mind you, as I said, I was still working on, but the junior staff. Then, I think I was paid either 12 naira a month.
Oh.
So it was small.
Ago.
And when I come to yarn, I mobilize people. You know, you give them little thing, encourage them, be friends, cook bountifully for them, and they will be ready to answer you the next day. My yarn barn was competitive with that of my my brother's senior brother. It was amazing, and that is why today I say that I must establish a Gary processing factory.
Okay.
Right? Which I am working hard on, because this Gary thing helped me fight my poverty.
Yeah. And you
Right?
won.
And if I can do it, and I encourage women, you start little and with
Even
dedication.
after studying abroad, you returned and you were
Able
able to, you know, consider
That's
that it
it.
was not a low
Yes.
estate for you in
No,
Enugu.
no. Just be yourself. Be sincere to yourself. I've never been attracted to the best Intorika or best fashion.
Jewelries or all that.
Even then, I don't even know how to rub lipstick then. I was being sincere to my natural self. And once you are like that, the bumper period can come and you enjoy yourself. And let me tell you, hard work does not kill.
Oh.
Hard work does not kill. Just know where you start. Small, and you'll be surprised how it will, you know, blow. So just be yourself. Do not think you are what you are not. Do not be hungered by what you don't have. And even if the children come, they want this, you just call them. We will manage a smoking Gary this afternoon. Tell them the truth. That is because we cannot just afford it now, but in the evening we will do other things. You see them happy. Children are really angels. They will
Easy
accept.
to manage.
Yes, they are easy to manage. Do you understand? So just be yourself. Be yourself. Pray, and God will always direct you. You know, talk to your inner self, and that is just praying, and you'll be directed. Not when you're expected to build mansions, when you are even living in a hut. Mansion can come, but it will come at its own
Pace.
time. Right?
Okay, I took something from what you just said. I just wish we are closing with it, but we have one or two other areas to touch. You said hard work does not kill. I'm not sure anybody died because they were working hard, and so you're actually right there. Let's bring business down home. Business here in Enugu. How can you assess the business, especially as it concerns women here in Enugu? Are there barriers for women in Enugu? Unique barriers?
As far as I can see, Peter Mbah's regime, he has no, or the government has no restrictions to anybody, not even women. After all, he started by securing loans for women. And for that, it means he's encouraging women to go into business. I think our problem is identifying what we want to do or what we can do well in. Discover what you think your talent is geared towards. Focus on it, work towards it, and you'll get it. Right? If I'm able to finish my Gary processing venture, I can apply to expand it. And because I've started it and I've shown some seriousness in it, I'm sure I'll be aided. I'll be given some aid to expand it. Because it's in the rural area and they will like it. And if I cut the price, that should also cut the price of Gary in the market.
Just like the man Chief Onyama did with aviation on the Lagos London route, where he cut the airfare and other foreign airline followed suit.
Yes.
Okay, so when you cut your own Gary, please let it be soon.
Very soon.
I can't wait to be your customer.
Very soon. Yes, I tell you.
Okay, I don't know. Before we let you go, really, we would like to have an idea of what you do with your NGO, the Women United in Technology for Capacity Building and Economic Empowerment. I mean, we are talking about women entrepreneurship. What do you do for women?
Exactly. I've just said, you know, that women, when they work together, devoid of jealousy and envy, they can thrive. So these women have gathered together. We said we will not just start with grown-up women. Let's go to where they are young, and that is senior secondary school age. We go there, we teach them, one, on how to be disciplined, no examination malpractice, no cheating of any kind, and then introduce them to them this artificial intelligence technology. Get them to know what we call STEM. You know, so some people run away from STEM, some girls run away from STEM.
Science,
technology, mathematics, yes, and mathematics, right? They run away from it because they think it's difficult. It's not difficult. We will teach them on how to handle that area. We go from school to school, right? Teach them. Be interested in mathematics. Be interested in sciences. They will lead you to a better adults when you grow up. So that's what we do. And then we organize conferences or seminars or workshops, all right, and how to self-develop, right, one another. Even if you know how to make soap, if you're taught her on how to make soap, it will improve. It will, you know, reactivate your interest in it. Perfume, pomade, all right. These are the things that take money from women and for children's use. So if they are taught on how to be such self-sufficient or develop self, I think it's what we thought that will help the society, and any other areas that come in, we will, you know, trash it out there.
All right.
An inspiration.
Oh,
big
Chioma, be a bit loud. I like what you just said.
She is an inspiration.
I will
must
grow
say.
to
I want to
receive
be
that
like
kind
her.
of compliment very
Amen.
soon.
I can't wait for you.
I like that
You are
coming
an
from Chioma.
inspiration.
Thank you.
So, if you had one advice, only one, for women in business, women in general, but the ones who want to be in business and the ones who are already entrepreneurs, what would it be?
Be focused. Be focused. And what does it mean? Pray, wish, honest, sincereness, and continue and continue and continue. The result must be positive at the end.
Wow, thank you. That's a nice one. Be focused, whatever it is you have decided to do, so long as is legit. Do not remove your eyes from the goal. The target must be reached, irrespective of what gender, woman or not. Women in entrepreneurship in Nigeria, barriers and coping strategies have been our spotlight this morning. And Dr. Engineer Mrs. Lady Uchenwa Ujam. I forgot to add name. I remember that.
And I'm a fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers.
Yeah, FNSE. And the immediate past chairman, right,
Yep.
of Nigerian Society of Engineers, the first female to do that in Enugu State, right?
Yep.
Okay, so she's breaking
Southeast.
these barriers. Oh, Southeast.
Mhm.
She's broken these barriers. She has dominated and excelled in a women or in male-dominated profession. Electrical all the way. Okay, I don't know how many electrical female engineers are around, but she's one, and she has excelled. She's a senior citizen, I must tell you. She's a septuagenarian. She's not a child. Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for finding time to be with us today. And Dr. Ujam, also I know you do not feel bad when I just address you as Dr. Ujam, because there are plenty Dr. Ujam in your family. In your family, but it is the Dr. Mrs. Uchenwa Ujam that is our guest for today. And we are rounding off from the spotlight, hoping that one of the days you do us a favor being here, an honor actually to honor our program anytime very soon.
I will always be so excited. As I said, I started from this place.
Okay.
So I will always be here. I will always be happy to contribute to the continuity of the programs here.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay, Dr. Uchenwa Ujam is also the President, Women United in Technology, for capacity building and economic empowerment. Signing off, stay tuned.